Guys restrain. This is the thing that pisses me off about ladies right now. I'm driving up the street, you know, in my giant truck, and you know, some Puerto Rican girl cuts me off and gives me that man look of, what you gonna do, that protective, and the only thing that protects her is my restraint. That's why you exist, is that I don't take my truck and do a police cutoff,
get out of the
punch
car,
through your window like the Terminator, and drag you around the street and say to myself, here's my thing, I have to argue with myself, am I gonna go to jail for throwing this woman through a window, or am I gonna just do nothing like I'm gonna do?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
And she knows that, and she knows
that.
And she knows the odds are in her favor that you ain't getting out of that car.
And she can't say, sir, thank you. I didn't cut you off. It wasn't personal. I just did what I was going to do to anybody.
Right. And
I understand you're 6'4", 300 pounds, and I'm just a little Puerto Rican girl, and you could kill me. And I appreciate you restraining your actual manness and allowing me to exist on this earth.
Instead of giving you the entitled face.
Let's go to Massachusetts. Chris, what's up?
I'm just kind of sick and tired of hearing Patrice use the entitlement excuse every time he talks about women.
Yeah. See, this is an empathizer, sympathizer. You're the reason why life is fucked up for men right now, goofball motherfucker. You gotta learn. When I say entitlement, it's a thing that makes you think that there's a magical force around you that can protect you from different situations, that makes you behave irrational. Guys don't do that. Like, you would never, like, okay, right now you're talking to me over the phone, but if you was sitting next to me on the train or something like that, and you was with your wife would say something before you did. You know why? Because she has this protective thing around her. You wouldn't talk because we're both men, and it's possible somebody could get choked. And I'm saying you could choke me, I'm just whatever. We can fuck each other up. That's why we don't come out of our mouth to each other. Now, the superior physical person in this situation, which is the man, why don't we come out of our mouth to each other? Why don't we curse each other? Why don't I look at you and go, what the fuck? Yo, dude, why don't you shut the fuck up? You know why? Because we are in charge of physicality. Women aren't. They go, why don't you? I'm going to beat the horn because he's not going fast enough in my fucking world. This is what I mean by entitlement, dude. It's frustrating. You got to understand, you haven't raised as many women as I have. You're not a father.
Daddy Patrice.
Yeah, you're not a good daddy. I'm trying to tell you, man. You got to get that off your mind.
Huh?
With nobody there to stop me from punching her in her fucking mouth, except for social contract. The fact is that she believes that socially I can't knock her in her fucking mouth. But if I had a screw loose, I could turn around and wring this bitch's neck just for that. Now, my girl did that shit talking to some motherfucker, and she's in his face like, let me tell you something. I walked away. She goes, whoa. She runs up to me, right? And goes, why would you do that? Well, why would you run? You know, he could have... He could have what? They could have what?
Why do it? Why do it?
Now she has an option. That dude could have punched you in your fucking face. And you couldn't do shit about it except for look at me. So you're going to have to learn respect. It trickles down from me. You have to have anger.
No, you don't.
Shut up. And let me tell you something. That little trick you're doing now, Gareth,
she goes,
that's
what?
level 2. I've already been that disregarding. God, calm down, Mr. Angry. He's so angry.
Or anytime you're out, if your chick starts shit with someone, and you're looking like, oh boy,
you know whose fault that is?
You gotta step in.
You know whose fault that is?
Who?
Yours.
Why?
You gotta learn how to raise your girlfriends better.
You're just gonna let your chick get maybe slapped?
No.
Or something?
My girl closes her fucking mouth because every time I see somebody behave in a certain way, like point at a girl, I go, sweetie, this is what the fuck I'm talking about. If I step back, this particular man that you think you're entitled to talk to in a certain way will punch you through a fucking wall. You can't beat him up.
Yeah.
So if you can't beat him up, shut your mouth. Shut up. Don't ever come out of pocket with some fucking guy.
And all I could figure is, if she lunges at my girl, I'm going to have to get in between. Because now that's my job. And if I even look like I'm injuring this guy's girl trying to keep her off of my girl, he then is going to stick a knife in my side.
But that's where you plead to him. See, this is.
But you can't do it during a physical dispute. There's no pleading. It happens like that.
This is where pimping is dying. You go and plead in pimp style to this guy while his girls talk. I always disregard a woman in these situations. I look.
It's your own shit.
This one girl, I was at a show and she was like, "You suck. You ain't funny. Why?" And I'm looking at her man like, I'm like, "Sweetie, hold on a second, dude. Now." I explained to the crowd, this is
You're
the type
appealing
of shit,
to the gentleman?
I said, this is the type of shit that get good motherfuckers in fights. Now, if I cannot tell his girl, shut the fuck up. Now, I'm about 6'4", 300-something pounds. She can't beat me up. The thing that she's doing is because I'm letting her do it. You understand what I'm saying? Girls do what you let them do when they're la-ba-ba-ba-ba. So I go, dude, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you to shut your fucking mouth, right? And then your man's going to have to protect your honor by fucking with me. Now, we two good motherfuckers sitting here getting ready to fight because you are an out-of-control bitch. And I had to tell this guy, listen, you have to raise your bitch correctly.
You put it on the guy.
Always.
Sometimes you get a small lady cop, I'm telling you, I'm being honest, you get a small lady cop who talks to me.
They've got a Napoleon complex.
I say, look, miss, you got to understand I respect the law, but if you arrested me, you should say thank you to me for allowing you to, because you can't arrest me without my respect for the law in general. So when you come at me with this angry, forceful thing, you got to understand I'm a person to person. If you wasn't a cop, you wouldn't be talking to me like this. I like cops who can arrest me if they weren't a cop. Like I go, all right, sir, let's talk about it. And usually those guys are nicer people. But when you get a punk who's now got some kind of weird power where they think they are the law as opposed to their
No, that's what I've noticed. If you've got some big giant cop with arms, that are huge, they're really nice. It's always the little guy.
Because it's a bad place to put them in that pop. But maybe, like you said, it's planned.
Okay, you get some little girl that goes in the police force, bunch of 30 and 40-year-old dudes sitting there like, hey, toots, all right, got your cuffs. She's going to try to overly prove that she belongs on the I don't trust any woman that wants to be a cop. Why the fuck do you want to be a cop? Why the fuck do you want to fight in a war, bitch? They got everybody confused.
Yeah.
Stay home.
I don't get the whole female cop thing. Whenever I watch some of these shows and see one female cop up against one big fucking perp, and she isn't just immediately holding him at gunpoint with her fucking radio going, please send some men out here. Because there's no way I'm taking this.
Kenny's laughing at that. Female bounty hunters?
Kenny's laughing at that. Kenny, you got anything on that?
He can't say nothing, but Kenny knows.
Oh, he could say a thing or two. Like he's
His way of saying things.
But he's heard stories of the past.
Well, he watches a lot of police movies.
Yeah.
And police shows.
Yeah. And there's a lot of old school guys, like I saw in the movie.
Yeah.
That are of the opinion, they should, stay home and be barefoot and pregnant.
Right.
Or at least barefoot.
Yeah. But, in today's modern-day policing society, there is very limited, use for women resources.
Right.
In policing.
You just gonna put another cop in danger. She's doubly useless.
Well, that one where the guy punched that woman in the face, she fell down, and you couldn't see the dash cam anymore because she was in front of the car. He got over her and kept beating the fuck out of her face. Man. Just beat the fuck out of her face.
Then to prove her fucking gun, she's working again. With steel blades in her face.
She got fucking nuts and bolts.
Reconstructed eye sockets.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, miss, just now, be a mom.
Did the guy take her gun, too?
No. But he's in jail for the rest of his life, that guy.
He
said that he gets his daughter,
Oh, no, oh, he clocks her. His daughter goes, Daddy.
Daddy.
It's a sad video.
Get in the car,
and
baby.
he goes, oh, go, baby. Rep in the car. And he just proceeds to beat the shit.
This is it.
She got her
Bam.
face smashed in.
Smash!
Every bone broken,
punching.
reconstructive surgery.
Blasted her, man.
Out of her face. And
that's his daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Get in the car, baby.
Get in the car, baby.
He.
Go ahead, gal. Go ahead now.
He
got that. Look what you made me do, lady.
Yeah. He's like, oh man, you had to make me beat your fucking face.
He went to jail forever.
Oh man. And the daughter's just like, ah, great.
To not be a complete misogynist, would that have happened? You think that would have happened to you? That situation, like the brutality of it.
I mean, you know, it's hard to second guess. You know, when you're out there on the highway all by yourself, you know, that's a bad situation. But if it was a male as opposed to a female cop, the shitter might have thought twice.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, not to say that she's not a good cop or something. I'm saying that as a dude,
yeah,
there's nothing to see. She's coming up as a cop.
Yeah.
As a man cop, you're coming up as a dude.
Now
going, this big motherfucker. You're already thinking.
She's right in his face. She's got her cuffs out. He turns around. Oh. Look. Ow. She got caught so fucking. She never thought he was going to do that.
She thought everything about her was cop.
The second he turned around, and he didn't turn around with a punch. He turned around first, looked at her. At that point, she should have gotten a lot more defensive and backed off. She stood there holding her cuffs like a dummy, thinking that's going to fucking do something. And that big meaty fist. Right into her face.
If you're a dude, and I'm not saying that couldn't happen, but most of the time, if you're a fucking dude, and a big dude, and you see that motherfucker, you're telling him everything you need to do from where you are.
Look,
it's like stand in
front of the car.
Because you're thinking like if you was just two people at the car.
Put your hands on the car. This is for both of our protection.
Like motherfucker, stay right there.
Got any weapons on you?
But she was being Miss Law. Like
yeah.
You think she was also thinking that he would never hit a woman?
No, it was he would never. Yes, he would never hit a woman. He would never hit a cop.
And the kid being there threw her off guard too. She probably thought, what's he gonna do? His daughter's right.
Her body language was saying there's no way this.
60 fucking.
Her body language was saying there's no way this guy's gonna hit me.
No.
She didn't even think
she
that was
let
a
him
possibility.
over. And at any time, that guy could have turned around and punched her, and he did. Of course.
But that's what I'm saying. You need elite physical specimens.
Yeah.
Like when I see that big stormtrooper pull you over in this fucking tight shirt and his tight walk and his boots, you go, you know.
You're like, oh, fuck.
You know what, sir? And you would, in 9 times out of 10, if you got a decent excuse and you're not breaking a law and you're complying, anytime I didn't get a ticket from a statey, it was a big dude who was like, and he probably met his first of the month ticket quota.
Right.
And he's just like, go ahead. Anytime you get one, it's an old nonsense guy, some old dude that's just like, man, what an asshole.
Yeah.
And then, or some woman is like, why is she doing this? But the big stadies, when you think of a big stady, you just think of a motherfucker that can tip your car over by himself.
With that hat over that crew cut.
Yeah, a by himself guy. You need that. You can't have like this little old lady or this middle-aged woman thinking it's all about fucking. That's what I'm saying. When I drive through the Holland Tunnel, I'm looking at this. I'm going, this little girl.
She ain't doing shit.
And I just want to pull over and talk to her.
Yeah.
And not get arrested. Just.
Good job at Macy's.
Not only are you a girl, you're really a girl.
Yeah.
You're a super girl. Like, what are you going to do if I don't give a fuck?
Yeah. I don't want to punch your face in like that.
What are you going to do if I don't give a fuck? Like, that's just so... That's so weird to me. And it's so disrespectful to put a person not in his position, but he got 60 years for and you saw when he stood over, he's looking like, oh boy, he already looked at what the fuck did
he looked like, oh boy, oh man, I'm done. I'm done.
And his daughter's fucked up now. Now she's a woman's rights activist.
Oh,
you know, fucking because she seen daddy do that shit.
Beat the fuck out
so
of
if she's ever with a man that tickles her, she's gonna stab him and mace him. Fucking, she's all fucked up now. She's all fucked up.